Welcome to Lunar Outlaw's Garage. I'm Brian, and we're fixing up the 32 DeSoto that we pulled out of the barn last year. Now, if you remember, part of the barn was sitting on top of it, and it did damage the roof. Well, it's a little bit old, and this winter, even though I had it, inside a car cover or port, whatever you want to call that, it got cold. And the roof on the passenger side ripped from front to back, just so this thing is about as watertight as, I got nothing. It's bad. Screen door in a submarine. So we're going to go ahead and fix that today with some, the old rainforest website parts and pieces. We're trying to do this on a budget. Also, I went to Ace up the road, so there's some hardware stuff, parts in here as well. So the wood on here isn't perfect, but we're not trying to do a frame-off restoration. The goal on this has always been a reliable, low-budget, vintage car. And what I'm doing on the top here is just reinforcing the chicken wire that was probably put in the 70s with some steel rod that I picked up from the hardware store. It's galvanized, it will last longer than me. That's the goal. From there, we're gonna roll out some of this pink insulation to replace the yellow insulation that was in here, again, probably from the 70s. And then instead of trying to patchwork back together the old top, which is not possible, I was able to pick up this off of the old internet mass supply store. It's a rubberized canvas, just like what they would have had, similar to what they would have had in the original, except for instead of going black, I thought it would be good to kind of bring a little bit of a tannish color, like a gold color, because I think that would be pretty classy, right? What would I know though? Like I've been told wearing stripes with plaid is probably a bad thing.
What?
And then to keep it watertight, or as watertight as something like this is going to be, unfortunately the original steel chromed part that was mostly rotted is not going to cut it. It's not going back on there. So I was able to pick up this. It'll be a nice color contrast to the goldish tan, and you can actually see what the inside roof color is going to be by looking at this stuff right here. Again, this is going to be really similar. We're gonna use this for the inside roof, like headliner-ish type stuff. It's canvas. It's also kind of rubberized. It's not really though. But anyways, so this is going to be the inside. This is going to kind of carry the inside color together, and we'll get our classy color scheme like that. Or at least that's the plan. So, very first thing we're going to go ahead and do is add our fiberglass insulation that will puff it up and protect our canvas from, wear and tear, from rubbing on chicken wire that's older, twice as old as I am, ish. That's not true. I'm old. That's not good. So if you look at the original insulation, other than a little bit of rust from the chicken wire, it's in pretty good shape. However, if you remember just how disgusting this car was, you can imagine that kind of smells. And we're not going to use that. Instead, we're going to go with this pink stuff, which should roll out fairly nicely. And we'll get it so it doesn't want to go anywhere. And the cool thing about it is it's a little bit thicker too. So this will protect. Oh, that is not nearly as long as I was expecting it. Well, we're going to figure out how this is going to work. If I have to go get more, we'll have to go get some more. I guess I could have seen on it how long it was before just kind of grabbing. But if I move it out a tiny bit and give myself a little bit of room right there, we should be pretty golden. What's going on? I am not an insulation fan at all, but I think we should be kind of okay. So we'll put this here. It's getting caught up in itself constantly. That one rolled out so nice. At least it's not rock wool, Just like that. And then we'll use this piece up front. I think this will work. I think this will work really nicely. The next task, of course, is laying out our rubberized canvas. Now, before I start digging into that, I just want to talk to you about today's sponsor, PCBWAY. I started my own automotive parts manufacturing company last year, and honestly, I was shopping around and I found them, and I reached out to those guys. They didn't reach out to me for the sponsorship. The reason why is because they're quick, they're reliable, and their prices are awesome. So if you're looking at a rapid prototype or just make parts for your own car, I highly recommend taking a look at them. Not only do they make PCB boards, but they can also make things like my water crossover tube for the Toyota Supra in the garage there. So if you get a second, head over to their website. You can hit the link down below. And if you're trying to make your own parts, I'll tell you, they'll take a lot of the burden off right off. I highly recommend them. So whether you're making aluminum parts, plastic parts, or anything in between, they got you covered. So now let's go ahead and dig right into this. I got a little bit creative, and the material, or the insulation, I was able to one that way, one this way, and this was a little long, so I cut them and kind of placed them in there. So what I can tell from here is our length is this way. So we're going to roll this out and hope to the Lord this stuff is long enough. Because I think I did the math in right. Actually, I think our best bet might be to spin it the other way here, because we definitely have enough. And what we're going to do is we're going to lay it on here, staple it, nail it rather, and then we're going to pull it tight and run it the other way there. So there's going to be leftover material, but it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Well, that didn't go as well as I was hoping. The pneumatic stuff didn't work. It ended up taking most of the day yesterday just to nail these in. I end up sealing these areas and the corners with some panel seal in case the water wicked its way to this area. It should just kind of work its way out and not inside. But let's take a look at the section that I have not finished because I've run out of this material right here. Yeah, this is not going as planned at all, but it does look a whole lot better. I tried using the pneumatic stuff. None of it worked. Nails, staples, just wasn't going to cut it. So I went down to the hardware store and grabbed these carpet nails, like hog nose nails or whatever, and they're about that long. And I put them every 4 inches just to hold the canvas. And then when I was putting this stuff on, it's about every 1.5 inches. So yeah, there's about 200 nails hand driven into this top. And we still have like 60 more to go into it. The extra piece or the remaining part to finish the trim and also seal it up won't be here until probably mid this coming up week because it's Memorial Day weekend. But this has not gone as smoothly as I was expecting. I thought this was going to be like, oh yeah, I got this. Yeah. Hopefully this is the only roof I'll ever do. Wow. But fortunately, this is one of the biggest things that's been kind of lingering over me and I'm procrastinating on, but at least it's done, right? Well, more or less done. Brake lines, wiring, the interior, it's getting there. We have to work on getting the mechanisms to all work properly because that one was just fighting me. We got to redo the dash. So we have some work yet to do on it. If you're interested in following this project, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. That way you can stay up to date on all the progress on this 32 DeSoto. We still have brake lines, wiring, interior, and we're going to be cleaning up the dash. But yeah, it's a beautiful car. I'm very glad we were able to save it. And until next time, keep your shiny side up. Head over to LunarOutlaw.com where you can pick up your car buddy today. God bless.